Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm continuing with my Cher discography journey. I've enjoyed these Cher videos. I've enjoyed these Cher albums, especially these older ones. Last time I checked out her very first album from 1965, her debut album, All I Really Want to Do, and I enjoy that album a lot. You have no idea. I've been listening to it quite a bit since that first listen video. And now I'm moving on to her second album, her second studio album called The Sonny Side of Cher, released in 1966, only 7 months after her first album. The title of the album is a pun on the name of Cher's first husband, Sonny Bono. And just like her debut album, this album is mostly a covers album with the exception of a couple songs that were written by Bono. And there are 12 tracks on the album. It's 35 minutes. And looking at the track list, I don't think I've heard any of these songs before, but like always, if I start listening to a song and it sounds familiar, I'll let you guys know. So let's get right into it with track number 1, Bang Bang, My Baby Shot Me Down. Alrighty, so that was track number 1, Bang Bang, My Baby Shot Me Down. And the only version of this song that I am familiar with is the Nancy Sinatra version, which I love. I think that version was the first version of this song I ever heard in my life, and to this day, I still love it. I didn't know Cher had the OG version. It's written by Sonny Bono for this album. So this version, Bang Bang, My Baby Shot Me Down, Cher's version, is the original version of the song, which I didn't know. It also says that this song is one of Cher's biggest selling singles of the 1960s. I mean, I don't need to tell you guys how much I love this song. It's really great. And I like Cher's version. I won't lie though, I won't lie. I do prefer Nancy Sinatra's version to this one. But I still liked listening to Cher's version because it's the original and I liked it. Alrighty, so now let's move on to track number 2, A Young Girl, and in brackets it says Un Enfant. I don't know how to pronounce that. I am so sorry. I'm an idiot. Un Enfant. I live in Canada. I should be able to pronounce this because it is French. Un Enfant. Alrighty, so that was track number 2, A Young Girl, Un Enfant. And I liked it. I liked reading the lyrics to this song because it's telling a story. And I liked reading the lyrics more than the actual song itself. I like the song. I like the production of the song. But I liked reading the lyrics. They were really interesting. She left her neighborhood in which everyone was filthy rich. She left her parents at home and strayed with a vagabond who made vows of love she never heard. A young girl of 16, child of springtime, still green, lay there by the road. She should have known the day would come when he would quit her for fun. He needed fresh young meat to carve and left her heart and mind to starve. Very interesting song. So now let's move on to track number 3, Where Did You Go? Okay, and that was track number 3, Where Did You Go? This was quite the short song. Lyrically, there are only a couple paragraphs of lyrics. And she said, Where do you go when you're too young? You found worlds that just begun. Who's gonna save your days too long? And then she goes on to say, Ask your mom, but right now she's mad. The night before she fought your dad. She'd help you out if she had the time, but your dad is sad and your mother's crying. I will say the mood of this album is a bit different than her debut album. I think it's the lyrics I'm reading. It's definitely putting me in a different mindset than her first album. This one's a bit more. I feel like it's a bit more somber. I don't know how I'm gelling with this album. So far, 3 tracks in, I am preferring her debut album to this album, but we're only 3 tracks in, so we'll see where this album takes me. Anyway, let's move on to track number 4, Our Day Will Come. Okay, and that was track number 4, Our Day Will Come. She's bringing up, no one can tell me that I'm too young to know. This seems to be a constant theme on the album so far. She keeps bringing up youth and the fact that she's young, being a young girl. I mean, she said this multiple times already in the other songs. No one can tell me that I'm too young to know I love you so, and you love me. So she's young, quite young. I mean, she was still a young woman when she recorded this album. So perhaps she is falling for an older gentleman, but people are telling her, no, you're too young. But she's saying, yes, I love him. I don't care how old he is. I mean, at this time, she was married to Sonny Bono, and he is 10 years older than her. So I don't know if that's a contributing factor, or perhaps people are saying she's too young, she doesn't know what love is, blah, blah, blah. And I am aware that this is a cover song, and she did write it, Sonny Bono did write it. It's not an original Cher song, but there had to have been a reason as to why she selected it. Maybe lyrically it really stuck to her, or maybe she just liked the melody of it, or I don't know, perhaps it just resonated with her. But anyway, let's move on to track number 5, Elusive Butterfly. Okay, and that was track number 5, Elusive Butterfly. This was another song where I liked reading the lyrics, but the song itself and the melody, I didn't find it that interesting like some of the other songs. This album isn't sticky to me, and I don't think the songs on here are that memorable compared to her debut album, so I'm having a bit difficulty getting into this album. I'm just finding it difficult to motivate myself to enjoy this album because I'm not enjoying it as much as her first album. So my suggestion is to read the lyrics as you listen to this album for the first time, because reading the lyrics as you listen to the songs will keep you more invested in the album, in my opinion. So now let's move on to track number 6, Like a Rolling Stone. Alrighty, so that was track number 6, Like a Rolling Stone. And yes, I've heard this song before, but not Cher's version. I've heard the original version, I believe, from Bob Dylan. So this song does ring a bell, and I like it. As to whether I like Cher's version, it's good, but again, I don't know if I would go back to it like the rest of this album. My favorite track so far on the album is definitely, I want to say probably track number one, Bang Bang, My Baby Shot Me Down, but I'm still kind of struggling with this album. So now let's move on to track number seven, Old Man River. Okay, and that was track number seven, Old Man River, and this is one of my favorite tracks on the album. She sounds great in it. I love her singing in this song, and overall, I really enjoyed it. I have heard this song before, but I haven't heard Cher's version before, and it's great. So let's continue on to track number eight, Come to Your Window. Okay, already, and that was track number eight, Come to Your Window. I actually really enjoyed this song. I had fun listening to it, and it's probably one of my favorites on the album. I don't really know what made me connect to this song so much, but I really enjoyed listening to it. Alrighty, so now let's move on to track number nine, The Girl from Ipanema. And it looks like Ipanema is a neighborhood located in the south zone of the city of Rio de Janeiro. Ipanema. So it looks like I mispronounced the word, The Girl from Ipanema. And I like the song. It was different from all of the other songs, and I enjoyed listening to it. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, each one she passes goes, ah. So now let's move on to track number 10, It's Not Unusual. Okay, and that was track number 10, It's Not Unusual. And yes, I have heard this song before, not the Cher version, but I have heard this song before. It's, it's that chorus where she goes, It's not unusual. I mean, it's so iconic, that line. I've heard so many times before in other songs, other covers of this song, and I really enjoyed this version. So now let's move on to track number 11, Time. Okay, and that was track number 11, Time. I like this song, and I will say I've enjoyed the second half of this album than I was the first. And I like this track number 11, Time. It was good. So now we've come to the end of the album, track number 12, My Lord. I actually want to go back to Time for a second and talk about the lyrics because I enjoyed the lyrics in this song. Some people never get, some never give, some people never die, and some never live. Some folks treat me mean, some treat me kind. Most folks just go their way, don't pay me no mind. Time, oh time, where did you go? Time, oh good, good time, where did you go? Sometimes I laugh, sunrise I cry, midnight I'm in between and wondering why. Oh, I mean, I could keep going on and on. Some people run, some people crawl, some people don't even move at all. Some roads leads forward, some leads back. Some roads are bathed in white, some are wrapped fearful black. So now let's move on to track number 12, My Lord. Already, and that was track number 12, My Lord. You could see for yourself, I was having a blast listening to this song. It was a lot of fun. Obviously, the most fun I've had listening to this album so far, the last track. There's something theatrical about the song as well, and I really enjoyed it. I loved the melody. The melody was a lot of fun, and the production, and I loved reading the lyrics too. I mean, this was a great song. Definitely one of the highlights on the album for me. I 100% loved this song. So I will say that this album definitely redeemed itself on the second half, and I ended up liking it. I didn't like it as much as her first album. I liked almost every single track on her debut album, and like I said at the beginning of this video, I still listen to it even to this day, a week after listening to it for the first time. I love her debut album. This one, not as much. Would I listen to this album again? Maybe occasionally. I definitely have to pick and choose my favorite tracks from this album. So there's a few tracks I would definitely go back to. But as a whole, I don't know if this would be a Cher album I would go back to. I mean, we still have a long way to go on this Cher discography journey. It's gonna be a long ride. The 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. This is my 5th Cher album on this channel. This is my 5th Cher first listen video, so we have a long way to go. So what did you guys think of the album? What are your favorite tracks? And yeah, I think that's all I want to say. I've enjoyed this journey. We will be moving on to Cher's 3rd album in my next Cher video, so look forward to that. And you can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Twitter, you can message me, you can tell me other artists I should check out. I'm open to any artists from any decade. You can find me on Apple Music, you can check out my playlist, so on and so forth. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Take care.